Hello guys, welcome to ThinkInCode, and today we're going to do the practice question I talked about in the last video using input and output. So this were the practice question. I hope you guys are doing it. I very much recommend you guys do it. So we need outputs like this and this. These are all the questions. We have about 4 to 5 questions here. Yeah, 4 questions. So to demonstrate how you can do it, I have made a question for myself and we are going to print this out using input and output. Just input and output. So let's start. We'll start with our print statement with 1, 2, 3, and we'll say invoice generator. We have an invoice generator. Now take some input. Company equals to input, enter company name. Then we'll use product equals to enter product name. What else do we need? A customer name. Customer equals to enter your customer name. So we have already done the product name. So we are going to move forward with the price of the product. Price equals to enter price, but this time we don't want anything other than float here. So we are going to use float here. Now, next would be quantity. Using quantity. So this time we are using int because we need numbers. So here, price could be anything like 5.99, like above. That's why we are using float. In int, we need numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why we're using int. So for other things, for this 3, we need string. So that's why we are not using anything at the front. Now, let's do some calculations here. This is a comment. So calculations. Calculation would be total. Let's calculate our total price. That would be quantity into price. That's how we are going to get our total. Now next, we would need to print this stuff. So we are going to say we are going to start outputting stuff from here. You need to document your code. It's very important that you document your code because 3 months in the future, you don't know what you wrote. That's why you need to have documentation, clear documentation. So now let's start. Let's give a width of 40. That would be the total width of our whole section, the output, right? This all would be 40 spaces long. And now let's start with printing. Print, what do we need? We need this first. We'll do equals to and into width. We want this to cover the whole of this. Then we have company name. And as you can see, we have this in uppercase. So we are going to use a string manipulation. We're going to talk about this in the future video as well. But for now, just follow along. Print f string this time because we have to take in a variable. We are going to do company dot upper and then dot center it to the width, right? So what this does is first the upper will convert all the small letters to the capital letter, and then center to the width means center this whole name into the center of 40. From both sides there needs to be the equal gap. So that's what center width does. So now again we are going to copy this and print this because we have 2. Now we have customer name. So we are going to do print f string. Customer name is customer only. So we are not going to do upper or anything here because as you can see, customer name is no different than just getting the customer name from here and printing it here. Now, what do we have? We have this item, quantity, and price. Before that, we have this dashes, right? So we are going to print f dash and then into width. Now that's what we got. That's how we get this. Now let's move on to item. Now, as you can see, we have gaps here. And to do this, we are going to use align. So like I taught you yesterday or in the previous video, align would be something like, let's start with f string and then we are going to open a bracket. Then we're going to do item and then it should be aligned to the left by 20, by exactly half of the width. So that's how we are going to use align. Now, next would be what we have quantity. Now quantity, as you can see here, quantity would be 10 because of the gap here. So this I have already done it. So I know exactly how to align them, but it's a trial and error. Get it, fix it, and try it again. So next would be price. and we'll do 12 here to the right, align right to 12 characters. So that's how you do this cap thing, right? And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy and paste it down below, but we are going to change this to different stuff. So for this item, right, we are going to use with a variable product because we need to show the product here. And then for quantity, we are going to use quantity. And for price, we're going to use the price variable. And here we are going to use 11.2f. Like I taught you, 0.2f does decimal. We just want the decimal 2 points after the decimal. So only 2 points after the decimal. So that's what 0.2f does. That's why we are using it here. Now, what do we have next? Okay, another line. So we have this. Now, total amount. So next we are going to do total amount. Print f total amount should be 20. Exactly half of the whole thing. Yes, it's left aligned with 20. Yeah. Now next we will do is get the actual price. So we are using the dollar sign, and then we're gonna do total, but instead of 10, we are going to do 11.2f, the same as this. Now, next, what do we have next? Okay, the same thing, this, right? So we're gonna copy this and paste it here, and we have the line again. Now, next would be, what do we have? Last, thank you for your business. So I'm just gonna copy this because I don't want to type it all. And then print f, this should be inside column. So this should be inside the column. And then what we are going to do is dot center width because it's centered in the line. So we got to extra this and this. So that's how you finish up the thing. So we don't have anything at the end. So we're going to leave it like that. Now, if we run this, as you can see, we got the input, I would say, think in code. Now think in code. Now product would be Python. I want Python. And customer would be, let's say, John Smith. Okay, now the price would be, let's sell it for $5.99. And how much did the John buy? Let's say 4 quantities. Now see, we have an invoice generated. For John Smith, quantity 4, price is 5.99 and total is 23.96. So that's how you make an invoice generator. So like I showed, take each output and see how you can make it your own and then code. That's how you code an output oriented system or a program. So I hope you can practice all this like I showed you examples, complete all these examples and use this output example to make the things we just made. That is it for today, and I hope you keep coding and best of luck for all the practice questions you're going to do. And if you have any problem, comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. Happy coding.